Oh, now it's on.
Now it's on. Welcome to Comic Cast, where superheroes exist and comic book talk is the norm. It's your host, Mo Crosby. We're back for the 2 episodes before the last 2 episodes of Kipo and the Age of the Wonderbeast, episodes 7 and episodes 8. The names are Requiem for Dave and Hidden Treasures. Let me tell you right now, Requiem for Dave was like my favorite one of the 2.
Because I know why.
Why? No. It's not. It's not even. It's
really
not. No, I hated him. If that's who we're talking about. The reason why it was my favorite one was because there were more Daves. It's kind of sad. There were more Daves. You know, it's like
I thought it would be your favorite because you were asking for flashbacks of like.
Well, that too. I wanted to know something. I mean, I didn't get the flashback, but I got a flashback of it wasn't how it started, but it was
we have a time.
We have some sort of a time.
Kind of, yeah.
200 years.
Amelia did also mention something as to like she's been trying to cure the mutation of the mutes. So it was a mutation, but from what we don't know,
and it wasn't her fault. Unless she's also been around for 200
years.
Or maybe she's a mute.
Right.
I'm telling y'all, Greta's a mute.
She has to be.
No, she's not.
With her strength, fucking ass bitch.
It's just the gains, bro. It's just the gains.
Zane has the gains. Greta.
And you saw why Zane was weak, right? Zane was weak because he hasn't been working out. He's not been in the gym as much anymore. That happens in real life, yo. Think about it. 5G. So absolutely favorite episode. Absolutely one of my, like.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
Where are you? Why you got a mannequin in the back?
That is not an important question, Bree. Let's get back to the
show. Does that say favor though?
Favor. It's a branded shirt,
Blessed and highly favored.
One of those.
Only do it.
Yes. So where were we? Thanks a lot, Bree. I was talking about my absolute favorite moment in the show was finding out that there were more Daves. Does anyone have any absolutely what is your favorite moment of this episode and where does it rank? That's kind of what I want to know. Don't all go at once.
Yeah, see, I watched it right after you were like, did everybody watch Kipo? And
that's not how I said
it. And yeah, so usually I try to watch Kipo right before we record, so that'll be fresh. And now it's gone. It's your fault. Blaming you.
No, it's gone.
It's not gone. Drink more water.
I loved when he and Benson got stuck in the nets.
And they had to talk to each other. And they came up with a pack.
And he was like, and I love that Dave thought he would last till puberty if he couldn't get food. He was like, puberty's going to suck for you, dude.
Right.
Like, what? He's going to die.
So apparently Dave either has seen humans go through puberty or he vaguely has an idea of what it is. And you know how Dave exaggerates everything in life.
Well, Dave also goes through puberty several times over and over again.
That too. Oh my gosh, how did I miss that? No.
I just thought Dave didn't think everyone was mortal.
Right.
I feel like I know what my favorite part is now. If I'm remembering this correctly, it is the resurgence of Fun Gus. That was my favorite part.
That's in the next episode, and
I love the promposal. The promposal was actually my favorite.
Well, we're gonna get to those in a minute.
I love that you're dressed as Fun Gus. I'm sorry. I'm not. Look at his face.
Oh, I'm so proud of you, Bree.
So in this episode we get, I'm just gonna ignore all of it. Well, in this episode, Hamufa disbands because Kipo, was it this one? Yeah, Kipo didn't destroy. No. And this episode we're continuing from where we ended last week, and then keep
He was about to
where
fuck that shit up.
before that, did you realize that mom and dad Song and Leo weren't at the when they came in? I didn't realize that. I
They
thought
were
they
out.
were.
They
They
were out
actually
getting.
said they're out
back-
getting supplies.
Okay, because I didn't realize that they didn't see that happen. But apparently they think Kipo won because Amelia and her cronies ran away, but they didn't. And what's great is there are some humans left over, and they get to see that the mutes aren't that bad after all. Like because I think what was it? It was not who's the rat. She picks up the rat and
Brad.
she makes Brad like a little fun.
Sad land.
I'm trying to make you a fun land, but it's really just sad land.
And it was kind of cute. And then she put wheels, and then the skunk put wheels on the scooter, and Wheels can ride it. And then you see the Professor Wolf wouldn't put his sweater on,
You feel better
Turtleneck.
once you get your turtleneck back on.
right? And it was just a mess. And the leftover humans got to see that it's not what Amelia said it was. That these are for lack of better terms, people. Like these are people. And you're just taking away what makes them people and regress them back to animals. Kipo is upset, obviously, and she's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go wreck house.
I'm gonna
Amelia,
sink that fucking boat.
yeah, and Amelia, knowing that Kipo is gonna come to wreck house, is trying to convince the other humans who aren't really, except Hogue because he's an idiot. She's trying to convince the other ones that, hey, look, man, Kipo is gonna come kill us. And I think one of them says, why is Kipo doing this? And then Amelia answers and goes, yeah, well, because this is just who she is, or she's a mute, or some of the sorts.
Well, they were like, did you see Kipo's face? Like,
Yeah.
they were feeling guilty.
Yeah,
right.
because I mean, they've seen her grow up for 13 years.
Right.
They
lot
know
of
her.
them.
They know her personality. She's never been hateful or destructive or anything like that. So
right. And that's what you get in a way, because it's like this is someone you've grown up with, and this is what you've done to them or done to your friends. Kipo if eventually gets there, but before she gets there, she has this whole conversation. Or Dave tries to change her mind, and everyone is like, even myself included, is like, why would you leave this up to Dave? But apparently, if you look at the way the series is gone, everyone has actually had a hand in Kipo's like calming, or like getting back to herself, or like just bringing her back down to earth. I think Benson had one. When they lost the pitcher, it was what's her face? It was Wolf that calmed her down. So everyone except Benson has had a hand in bringing Kipo back down to earth, and he finally had his moment, and he did it. He was a genius. He did. Everyone did say. I mean, he did say when I do
a long ass fucking time.
Right. He did say when I do this, everyone is gonna say, "Hey, you're a genius," and you did it. And lo and behold, Benson was like, "Hey, you're a genius," and you did it. So when Kipo gets to the boat, this is the best part, right? Kipo gets to the boat, and Kipo was like, "You know what? I was gonna come kill everybody."
Their faces dropped so fast.
She's like, "But you know what? Nah, I grew up with you people. I knew you people, and instead of doing that, I'm going to say, let's go to prom." I forget. It's an acronym. I forget what it is.
Party Reconciliation for Humans and Mutes, or
There
some
you go.
shit.
Prom.
Something along those lines.
And I think someone says, "Who would think dancing?"
They're like, who would think this would happen? This would work. And then everyone, literally everyone.
To prom, like
Kipo. It happened twice in that one episode, because the one side asked it, and then the other side asked the question, and Kipo was like, and Dave and Benson and Wolf are like, yeah, Kipo. Yeah. So it tracks again, as Keem said. These are people who grew up with her, who knew her, and so it served to see that she does make, it does make sense that everyone will kind of feel guilty or feel away for what they did or their parts in what happened. And even up to the point where I think before they got there, Doug, Hoag's daughter, had said to him, "Yo, you're a monster," and she kind of danced away out of his face.
Mhm.
That was kind of cool.
You didn't do this for Doug. You did this for Hoag.
Right.
That's fucking great. I love that. She
Wait,
grew on me.
wait a minute. Her name is Hoag or Doug Hoag, and she vogues.
And that is the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. It's over. We'll see you next week for the
She
last
really
two episodes.
does.
So yeah, all that good stuff happened. But inside of her ranks, you have Zane, who isn't like totally
Zang's thinking
buying
about his
her
gain, bro.
her
Gains, bro.
her spiel anymore, and so he challenges her, and she shoots him down. You know, she doesn't shoot him, but she like arrows him down to the floor. And at the end, when Kipo gets there, everyone kind of like goes over to Kipo's side, and now it's like, hey, we're gonna go take these humans, we're gonna take them to the mute, and we're gonna tell them we're doing prom. Amelia decides she wants to come to prom, and I was
She's
like,
on board.
something's crazy. She's not coming.
You already know she can't be trusted.
Right. So
but what we're not going to overlook, though, is Dave's story.
The fucking fan.
I mean, it's a long story that happens. That is like
a war.
It's a long story that is an origin story for his friendship with Benson.
It was a war for a portable fan.
Because
not
it was
only that, it was like
hot day.
It went through generations.
And Dave was the only survivor. Was one of the lone survivors from his clan because the humans got smart and killed
How
all
do you
the
think?
babies.
How do you think you could kill him?
Bug spray.
Probably bug spray.
There's gonna be something stupid like bug spray.
It would be something. I mean, because there's this thing that people say whenever there's like this huge. If there was ever like the apocalypse, there's one thing guaranteed to survive, and it's like insects or like roaches or something.
Twinkies and roaches.
Right. So
what if it's Twinkies?
But Twinkies is that's a myth.
Yeah.
Really?
Twinkies only last like a month.
Really?
I mean, I'm sure you could eat them afterwards. Like it's kind of like, you know, used by and best by, but pretty sure like 20 years into the future, that Twinkie's not going to be at its best.
If I could find a Twinkie, I'm going to keep it for 20 years. And I'm going to call you 20 years later and be like, ha, it's the greatest thing ever.
We're going to have a reunion show for Kipo.
Eat your green Twinkie.
And
tell me how it tracks.
You're gonna eat it live.
Live on camera.
You're gonna eat it live, and
so
we will see you die
watching,
slowly.
Everyone that's watching this, Jesus Christ. So that's what happens. This long story for this war of the fan that spans through generations and then culminates with the friendship of Dave and Benson. Next episode, Kipo goes back to the community, and she's like, "Hey, I didn't destroy the boat, but we got prom coming."
We're having a prom.
No, but
and they're like,
fuck?
No,
like you didn't smash the boat.
Like straight up, even the Timbercats. I forget her name. She's always like the softer one, not really super
Maggie.
aggressive. But she's like, nah, bro.
I don't know if that's really her name, but
yeah, you just made that up, and that's fine. And so she's like, kill them. You're supposed to destroy that. Nah, we don't want that. We don't need that. Like, forget them. And I was kind of shocked. I was like, wait a minute, is she for real? Like,
yum.
And then of course Yum Yum is like, right there, and all the other like, like cured meats are right there, and they're like, oh crap. And I'm like, you know what? I feel them. I'm like,
you know how pissed I'd be if someone killed my brother, and then they were like, hey, let's go dance with them.
Yeah, like I completely did not avenge all the atrocities that happened on our land where we were like securely fenced in and minding our own business. Didn't do any of that, but we're having a prom.
Right. And so I'm totally on the side.
Face.
I'm totally on the side of the mutes, like 100% on the side of the mutes. So I get that. The interesting part of the whole episode is the mutes decide to go away. I'm like, nah, they're like, we're quitting Humufa. And they leave, and then the Timbercats come back, like, hey, time out. We live here.
This is
Y'all
our
go.
place. You go.
Kipo takes her remaining humans and makes this, makeshift
There were
community.
some
And
mutes.
yeah,
Yeah,
were they
Jamak,
mutes? Oh, yeah, Jamak and Benson.
Benson.
Bunsen ain't a mute.
They
Scarlemagne.
You've been doing this back and forth the whole time. Dave, you've been transposing Dave and Benson. So Scarlemagne, Dave, and Jamak.
Yes. Yes, thank you. Scarlemagne, Dave, and Jamak. It's like those are the mutes that went with her. What I did, my biggest thing that I liked about this episode was the fact that yes, everything happened. They came up with this song, and dance routine to kind of apologize to the muse to kind of get them back on their side and invite them to prom. That was the promposal. Song and dance were horrible. It sucked. It was like the worst. Mind you, there's a song and dance in like every other episode of the show. This is the worst one. And I get it. I get it wasn't supposed to be great. And
Because
that's
they're
what's
not musicians.
right. But this was horrible. It sucked. But and Zane was the best part because he goes, man, because I hit all my marks so hard it made everybody look bad.
And then
Hogue, however,
Doge is like, no,
Hogue,
it's because I was like, instead of being like,
yeah, and I was like, all right, I get it.
My
So
favorite part was when Benson's guy, I forget his name, did a little solo thing for
Tyler.
Fungus.
And he was fucking it up too. Like they did the boy band thing where he's like, hey girl, I know you're not here, but if you were, it'd be me and you. But instead, like,
Yeah,
hey, Fungus, I
Fungus
know you
wasn't.
can't actually come to prom because you're
They basically rubbed it in his face that he couldn't join in. Like,
But if you
why go
can,
tell him?
but if you can, let us know. And he kind of
Yeah.
like smashes them out the way. They get lost, not lost. They get scooped up inside of. So they go in the float, right? They make the float. They go in the float, and some squirrels find the float, and squirrels do what
Treasure
squirrels do.
squirrels.
They hide stuff, and they forget where they hide it at. Have you ever seen that in real life? Because
They forgot everything though. Like their
everything.
attention span was just every 10 seconds. Like, oh my God, strangers, hi.
Like Dory.
Yeah, and when Benson is in the float freaking out because maybe he doesn't like. See, this is why we need like origin stories. But it's fine. He may not like tiny spaces. He may be freaking out. Leo was kind of freaking out too, but he was kind of trying to be chill with it. You notice? Or was I the only one that noticed it? Yeah.
No, he was trying to be chill until they heard Kipo, and then he's like, we're running out of oxygen.
But let's address the bigger part of the episode. Scarlemagne saying, "Hey, I know Amelia, and I know this is cool for now, but she's not going to just let this go." One, two.
Can't believe he bonded with Wolf.
Kipo
Right.
will throw herself into danger to save her friends. Fact, as in the same episode, Kipo jumped, and threw her friends out and jumped when everything was kind of all the nuts were falling.
Hi-oo.
And she just got everywhere, and
It's a totally different show now.
100%.
He did
Yeah,
not
and
have to do that visual.
I've been talking with my hands this entire time. What do you want me to do? So all of this
You
happened.
could say acorns.
Probably a lot better.
Yeah, and so the acorns fell everywhere, and she threw her friends out, and it was kind of like, hey, what's really going on? But
that was a really cool move, though.
but it was also dangerous because
Okay, but it was cool.
What I was expecting her to
She
do
like
was mega
shrunk.
like and grabbed them and threw them out and never megaed back. And I was expecting her to like go mega jaguar, so it wouldn't.
So that
like,
it would just be like regular fucking acorns hitting you.
Yes, but
I thought that too.
Yeah, but she didn't do that, and so
but she's also got a lot of other stuff on her mind too. She's trying to get the prom thing together, save her friends. Like
she's also just in general reckless.
Scarlett has a point. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, absolutely.
But to all of those things, Scarlett does have a point, and again, proven at the end of the episode where Amelia cures the mega
walrus.
What was it? Walrus. But before she does that, she takes the mega mute. She takes a little bit of its blood or something. Yes, takes a little bit of its blood out so she can create a mega mute of her own to counteract Kipo. You see, so Scarlett does have a point, and I'm very, very interested to see what happens in the last 2 episodes because all of that, first of all, she beefs with there's beef now with her and Wolf because Wolf is like, Scarlett has a point, and we will protect you. And I think that's why she agreed with him because it's like, we will protect you from yourself, type thing.
Yeah.
Where we stopped you from destroying. Yeah, we stopped you from destroying the boat because we know what that would do to you, but we also have to stop you from, because this is who you are. I want to dance through stuff. That's you. But you are also the person, as Bree aptly said, she's careless, reckless. You do things that you shouldn't do. So because of all of that, we're going to decide, I've decided along with Scarlett to, go out there and protect you. And it looks like it's going to be the 2 of them in the next episode doing reckless stuff. And maybe Kipo is going to have to come protect them. And then that's how she dies. The end.
My gosh.
Scarlett.
That was dark for no reason.
That reminds me. Wrong show, but I know Keem watches Agretsuko.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking stalker episode?
That was creepy as fuck. That whole last part had me like, well, this is not the feel good show I was expecting. Like
wrong show, but I just finished that.
Mo. It was
it was weird. It got dark.
It got really dark, like
BoJack level dark.
And
it's a show about a freaking red panda who does metal. It's not
I bonded with that show because I am an executive assistant. Yeah, so I totally when when Retsuko goes into the bathroom and does her angry metal in the bathroom. I will not do that in my bathroom at work because shared with way too many people, but I will sit at my desk and blast the hell out of some DMX. It's dark in my headphones, so I'm just sitting there murdering everybody on wax. But then my boss will come up and I'll be like, oh yeah, sure, no thing, not a problem. Growl, bark, bark. But yeah, it got a little darker than I anticipated.
But yeah, no, I think Mo, you should watch. It's only 15-minute episodes. They're very, very short.
Very short.
Season 3 just threw me off.
15-minute episodes? That sounds long. I'm sorry.
We're watching a show that's an hour long, an hour an episode.
What show is that?
Revolution?
Oh. I mean, are they really hour-long episodes? I feel
yes, they are.
All shows are either half an hour or an hour long. So 15 minutes is the shortest thing ever.
The shortest.
Super long. What? It's too long. But anyways, thank you very much. Nice. Yeah, I don't even know the word, but yeah, no. So we have 2 more episodes of Kipo to go. Actually, 1 more episode that we do, but 2 more episodes. What do you think? What are you expecting?
I don't know what to expect, but I am curious to see who is Amelia going to turn, because it's not like she's going to use that DNA and turn an animal into a mega mute. I think she's going to use that DNA and probably turn Greta into
Mega Greta.
a mega walrus, which
I thought
it's not really going to be helpful on land, but
I thought she was going to use that DNA to cure Kipo.
No,
she said we're going to
they have their mega mute. We're going to have our own.
Oh, she's going to change herself. She's going to trust Greta.
Herself. I don't think she'll do that.
No, she seems very diabolical, so I don't think she turns herself.
She's not going to trust fucking Greta to do it.
I mean, I also don't see her turning herself and becoming like a mega. I think she's too proud.
But she has the cure for herself.
Unless she turns herself and gets trapped inside of her mega form like Song did, and then she's just stuck there as a giant walrus. Cuckoo.
Fucking walrus. I thought it was so she could cure Kipo. Since Kipo, it wouldn't work with Kipo because it's her DNA, but if she uses another Mega Mute's DNA, she can cure.
It was just because at the end she said they have their own, so let's make our own mega. And I think it's going to be a mega human because Amelia is pro-human, pro-life.
I still think it would be herself and not Greta.
Yeah, she's not really pro-choice like that, so yeah, she's definitely MAGA.
I thought Scarlemagne would get
turned. She's definitely MAGA. So, Scarlemagne and Wolf going off to go fight Amelia. What happens? Do you think they get captured and Kipo's gonna have to rescue? Do you even think Prahm goes off?
Yeah.
Do you think Prahm happens and then Amelia comes to mess Prahm up?
I think Prahm happens. I think Amelia shows up with whoever she's managed to turn into a mega in the 24 hours before prom, and kind of does one of those like now and fucks everything up. And then all of the humans have to work together with the mutes to take down whoever this out of control mute is going to be.
Okay, that should be fun. Well, it's the last 2 episodes of Kipo forever.
Forever.
Well, it's not till next week, so I don't know how to close this episode out. Thank you very much for watching. We will catch you next week for the last 2 episodes of Forever Kipo.
Please rate Mo's cosplay of Fungus in the comments.
Benson asking his beau to prom. That was the sweetest thing ever. And like finding out that the boyfriend was going to ask him, and like you see his dad in the background with the flowers, and he's like, never mind. That was adorable.
It's crazy because he was stressing, but his boyfriend was also stressing. So that was kind of cute.
Leo asking the mom was cute too.
Yeah.
She's like, no. Duh.
Like, hey, song. You want to go with me?
You're so cute.
All right. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We will catch you for the last 2 episodes next week.